Good, good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to you this evening. So just to kind of give you some background as to why I am standing here and why I want to be in politics, or have been in politics, it was never really my plan, but a gentleman who some of you may know, called Kevin Wilson, found me and decided that my route definitely was in politics, so that's kind of what got me started. But once I got into politics, I realised that there were very few people like me. Very few working class people. At the time there was very few women, and there was very, very few first generation Milton Keynes. And that to me was something that had to change. So once I was in politics and I saw this needed changing, I realised I had to stay there because I wanted to deliver change and I wanted to see representation being more equal, having more people from different backgrounds representing us as a community and representing our community. But I also began to realise quite quickly that politics is an absolute force for good. If it's used properly, it can be amazing. And over the years, I've had some fantastic opportunities helping people in my ward of Wifton and Fishermead, whether it be getting people rehomed, whether it be getting just a tree cut down or stopping bailiffs from knocking on someone's door. You can make such an impact and you can really change people's lives. And for me, the opportunity of doing that under a Labour government who will be delivering the most amazing manifesto that I think I can ever see, is just incredible, and having the opportunity to do that, would be phenomenal. And I wanted to answer Disha's question because I think that's really key to me. So, how can you prioritise Milton Keynes? Well, listen, I'm from Milton Keynes. This is my home. This is where I live. My daughter goes to school here. I've got a 6-month-old baby. My partner works here. We've both got parents here. My whole family here. It's my home. Win or lose next week, I'm still going to be here. When you're embedded in your community like that, you can see the issues coming down the track. In the 12 years that I've been a councillor, I've never ever had to pick between the Labour Party or my community because I know of any issues, I know of anything that's going to happen. And I've always been able to negotiate and liaise and resolve any conflict there because for me, if you're representing your community, that's what you do. You represent your community and you stand up for them and you deliver for them. And you do that by being embedded and knowing who to talk to and making sure that no issues come about. In terms of the pledges, I mean, the really easy answer to that is, like, I agree with all of them, of course. You know, it's very simple. For the work one, you know, it's so important to me that we've tried to resolve some of the issues around unfair working conditions. My dad's a ceiling fixer. He's been in the construction industry. You know, as we were growing up, we didn't have holidays because he didn't get paid employment. Very recently, he had an accident at work. It wasn't his fault, it happened to him, but because he was self-employed, he didn't get any sick pay. Those kinds of activities have to stop. So I'm absolutely behind anything, and I will do anything that I can to help. And obviously, under a Labour government, we're going to stop that kind of behaviour anyway, and we're going to bring in the £10 minimum wage, and we're going to make sure we get rid of 0 hours contracts. In terms of the Green Pledge, again, you know, it's just so important, and I'm really excited to be going to the climate change hustings on Friday and talking about Labour's vision around climate change, because I think it's just so important that we are talking about it and that we're really getting the message across. And then in terms of the sort of refugees and hate crime, so in my day job I've worked for the Equality Council for the last 12 years, and hate crime is something that I'm incredibly passionate about resolving. I have led up and headed up programmes for the last 12 years around combating hate crime. And again, I will do everything in my power if I was your MP to make sure that we continue the work that we've done in Milton Keynes, because we've done so much work in Milton Keynes in tackling hate crime, and I will be making sure that I support that every step of the way.